Yes, guys. Welcome back. Welcome to Bala Sports. How you guys doing? Breaking news, breaking news. The New York Knicks are going to the NBA Final for the first time since 1999. The Knicks complete the Eastern Conference Final sweep against the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yes, sir.
LeBron
Yes,
James
sir.
is not there, crushing the Cavs 130-93 in Game 4. It was 11 straight win in this playoff for the New York Knicks, who have been dominating since the middle of the first round. It seemed like Atlanta Hawks was the only team that give them hard time in this period, on this run of playoff, waiting to face maybe possible another Game 7 with Thunders versus the Spurs. I know you are a New York Knicks fan. You are a diehard New York Knicks fan. Congratulations, my brother Solo.
Man,
Welcome,
yo,
Solo,
man.
to the show. Congratulations, man. Well earned. You guys earned this. I like to say this word these days, man. People earning this. First, it was Arsenal, now
Yo,
it's the
man.
New York Knicks fans, man. So, my brother, man, I don't do this much. This might sound a little bit corny or not, man, but, man.
What? Oh! Yo,
That's all
I
that matters right now, bro. Congratulations.
think, yo, I wanted you to play that song they keep playing on ESPN. Go, New York, go, New York, go. Man, that's what I wanted you to play about. You listen, it's all good.
Copyright
Bro.
issues, bro.
Yo, I just want to say, I was very surprised with Cleveland. Not only today's game, since they lost that first game, they just lost hope. Like there's no fight, have 10 overs, they're not running. And every time they score a layup, the Knicks push the ball and score again. Every time there's a turnover, they don't even run back. And I can't even blame one player or a coach. Oh, I wanted to hear your take. There's a clip going around with coach, what's his name? Son, his
Yeah.
coaches. He was talking about analytics, how really they should have won 2 games out of the 3. I'm like, dude, nobody cares about that stuff, man. It's about wins and how you're getting paid. And I'm so excited as a Knicks fan, and I don't know what to think, if the Knicks are really, really good or just Cleveland is so bad. But then I remind myself that this same team that beat the best team in the Eastern Conference, we can all agree that Detroit Pistons looked like the best team in the regular season, right? They looked like they were. That's why they were the number 1 seed. So they did beat that team. So I'm convincing myself that, you know what, maybe the Knicks are just better.
Solo. I'm sorry, man. I gotta
On.
cut you. I gotta cut you off, bro. I gotta cut you
Right.
off for a
Go,
minute.
go, go,
I
go,
just have
go
to do.
ahead,
I
man.
gotta do this, man. I
Go
know you're
ahead,
trying to
man.
be humble. I know you're trying to be this nice guy. I know you're trying to show, let the audience. By the way, man, please subscribe to Bala Sports, and
Yes,
because
sir.
the final is gonna be covered by this man every single game. Solo is back. I know you're trying to be all that nice. Dude, your freaking New York Knicks are NBA Finals, man. They're Eastern Conference champs after 2 decades, more than 2 decades, almost 3 decades. And you out there
Right.
talking about Cleveland and the rest of these other bums
I'm
as a home? Come on,
I'm
man. Talk to me, bro. How did
Yo,
the New
man.
York Knicks, what does this mean for the franchise of the
Yo,
mega of basketball you always
man.
mention, my brother?
I'm trying to be humble. We know that, that's the make of basketball. And you always argue when I say that. It's not the make of basketball. It is,
Finally, because they made it to the finals. So talk
No,
to me, man. Talk
you
to me.
watch.
Talk to me.
Yo,
Talk to me, man.
you know how this is gonna prove? This next finals, regardless who they play, OKC or San Antonio, this will be one of the highest watched finals in the history of the NBA. You watch. Because the Knicks are there. It's a big population, So yo, I don't even know. No, actually, I got something to ask you though. I want you now to publicly apologize to my boy. And you know who I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about.
Please explain to me, bro.
You know what I'm talking about. This man, Mikael Bridges, this man has played great this 2-part series against Philly. Now, against Atlanta, he didn't play that well. But since Philly and this series, he has played some of the best basketball of his career. And don't tell me that the picks that the Knicks gave up are not worth it. They're worth it now, the way he's playing. Go ahead. I'm waiting.
Come on,
He
bro.
might be listening.
I'm not gonna be out. I'm not gonna sit here and bash Bridges right now. Congratulations to the New York Knicks, but I don't hold that man no goddamn apology. I don't owe no New York Knicks fans apology for talking about Bridget, knowing what he has done for the past few seasons since he got all that pick traded for him. This is a great look. This is a great team. With a new head coach with different identity. The final was over the hump. Last year they failed in the Eastern Conference finals. They didn't make it. This year they made it to the finals. Congratulations to them. Congratulations to Mike Brown. Congratulations for big body Brunson.
Yo, man, I'm talking about
Congratulations for
Mikal
Town.
Bridges, man.
You know,
Why you mentioning
but I'm
everybody
not
else?
gonna say that. Say I apologize to Bridget. Yes, congratulations to them. To him, he performed the last 2 series against the bum ass 76ers and a head coach that want to win a game based on analytics. Really, really, come on, bro. I want you to tell me what does this feel as a New York Knicks fan after I'm nearly almost 3 decades final in NBA Finals since 1999. New York Knicks fans deserve this. You deserve this. And you are there
Thank you.
worrying about me apologizing to Bridget.
Thank
Come
you.
on,
Thank
bro.
you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you know, let's
Thank you.
go. Talk to me, man. Talk
Listen,
to me.
the last time the Knicks won the championship was like 1970 something, 72.
Yeah, about
That
40
was
years ago.
way before we were born. And in '99, when they got to the finals, like I was saying earlier before we started recording, I think I just moved to America. And when I moved to America, like most foreigners, when we moved to America, we end up in New York City. So New York City was my first home city in America. So living in New York City, all we watch is Knicks and the Nets for the most part. So I became a fan. So I mean, like I said earlier, in that last championship game against San Antonio, they were 8th seed. They were just happy to be there. I didn't think anybody expected them to win, and they lost in 5 games. But since then, they have won 7 playoff games total in almost 30 years. And in this playoff year alone, they have won 11 straight games. Now think about it. That's a big jump, and this has to do a lot with Bronson. I know he says he's not the savior, but he's been a savior to the New York Knicks. I remember when they traded for him, some people were like, "Oh, the Knicks are overpaying for this guy." Now see what he's doing, yo. So for all my New York fans out there, man, don't let nobody shame you, man. You can celebrate. You can climb the poles if you want to. You can do whatever you want to do, man. We've been waiting for almost 30 years for this moment. And I don't want to hear no Lakers fans or Boston fans
Whoa,
saying
time
win
out, man. What are we
27
doing?
first.
What,
Hold up, because I know you. You always give a compliment, and on the other and on the end, you say something smart. Let the New York Knicks fans celebrate, enjoy this moment, man.
I'm happy
Now
for y'all.
it doesn't matter what happens in the final, right? Right now we don't care about what happens in the final, but this is the moment for the Knicks to celebrate. And I'm gonna address the final too. Okay, we swept Cleveland, which will give us another 9 days to rest. And we know San Antonio and OKC are both better than the Knicks. I'm not arguing with that. They're both better than the Knicks. But sometimes the better team doesn't always win. Sometimes it's the different circumstances. So if you look at those two teams, they're gonna battle out until probably game 7. And they both have been experiencing different injuries on key players, right? If the Knicks are still healthy, they're gonna get 9 days rest. For example, let's say OKC win, right, in game 7. They're gonna turn around 1 day rest and gonna host the New York City, which I know I'm not picking the Knicks right now. I'm not listening to the Knicks gonna win, but I can guarantee you that the Knicks will put up a fight against either of these two teams. They're not scared. The Knicks have been breaking every single playoff record in the history of the NBA, not only for the Knicks, like all kinds of records. And I'm not saying they're the greatest team in the history of basketball, but at times they've been playing like the greatest team.
You know, you
They're
always
not.
talk about matchups. The matches matters here because every other sport we talk about, or even some of NBA. Now I got another New York Knicks fans I wanted to join in. You know, I got a surprise for you guys, boy. Yeah, and you know I gotta do this.
You
I
already
gotta
know
do
that.
it.
Hold on.
Yo, man, try, please, man. Trying to come on quick. So I gotta get your reaction. I got all my Knicks fans here, and I'm trying to tell Solo how happy I am for you guys. But yeah, I here just trying to bash me, man. I don't know what's going on here today, man. Yes, you are. Yo,
Give a
try to turn
yo.
your
I was
sound off.
I was
Keep the
looking
sound
for
off.
my new gear, but I couldn't find it. I didn't want to go upstairs and disturb everybody, so I was like, no what? I'm just gonna
Yeah.
wear this shirt.
Quiz. Yo, fix that for me. Fix that.
Come on, man, put it on, man, put it on.
You want me to put it on?
Yeah, why not? Put it on.
Come
You
on,
want to
baby.
see?
This is my
There
jacket
you
from
go.
like 8th grade.
There you go. It don't matter, man.
You feel me?
Oh, he froze already.
Yo, this guy. Yo, but Solo, man, like honestly, like I
Yeah,
just
go
want to
ahead, man.
focus on you guys talking about this, right? So how can we say this in plain English? The New York Knicks are in the NBA Finals, bro. Like there's no other way. After all what you guys been through, we want to see stories like this. We know it's the mega. It's a big city. We finally got a big city in the NBA Finals. Not like last year with the Indiana Pacers versus the
I
Oklahoma
know.
Thunders. We're not gonna. Nothing's wrong with it. It's basketball. It's a competitive sport. But this is New York City. New York City's in
Right.
the finals, and you've been saying this. I know you a diehard New York fan. You've been sitting here season in and season out, disappointed. At least one of your New York teams are here alive doing the thing. So, but
Yes,
what I
sir.
mean? Like, I need more energy from you, bro. But like, how, like, where does this rank Brunson in the all-time New York Knicks players?
I mean, so I've heard that question and that argument the past few days. He hasn't won a championship yet, right? So I can't put him above the players that have won championships. You know what I mean? But the difference is that if he wins one championship, dramatically he goes above those two that won two championships. The time we're living in, man, and it's New York City. They've been bad. They've been bad for so long. So right now, Brownson, I think, is going towards the greatest New York of all times. To me, in my opinion, if they can finish the job this year and win the championship. But here, they have made New York a destination for free agents. Like players want to come to play in New York. Like before, even though it was the make of basketball, they're also dysfunctional. Like nobody wanted to come to New York. And the past few years, man, they have changed the culture, man. The New York fans, we know they're the greatest fans in basketball. They lose, we suck, and they still show up. I just saw the prices for the NBA championship game it's over $500,000. Only in New York City. That's not happening in any other city in America.
Be careful now.
So,
We're
bro,
LA out here. We're Lakers now.
no, man, not even LA. I'm
There
telling
we
you,
go.
man. Yo, bro, I'm telling you, when the Knicks win the championship, you can join me. We're driving down to New York City for the parade.
I'm down.
You better better
I'm down
come.
for that.
Yo, Quiz, man, give me why is this such a big deal right now? Like, talk to me, man. I know you.
Why
Bro,
is it?
Why is it such a big deal right now, bro?
This
Talk to
is
me.
a big deal because just for New York sports alone, everybody's been waiting for somebody to do something, whether it be football or basketball, whether it be the Bills, the Giants, the lousy
Jets,
Jets.
the
You
Rangers, the
understand? The
Islanders, the
Rangers,
Mets, they
the
all suck.
Islanders, the Mets. So even the Yankees, it's been too long, and they're used to winning. So it's like now it's the Knicks, bro. I've been there with my dad. My dad introduced me to this team. He took me to a game when I was a kid. I seen Patrick Ewing live on the court. I grew up with Larry Johnson holding up the L. Latrell Sprewell and Allen Houston. I watched Tim Duncan destroy them. I watched Tim Duncan and the Spurs destroy them. So for them to be going back to the finals, it's reminiscent of like I'm seeing Arsenal win. It's really far
It's,
fetched, but I
it's only
guess
5 years
time
apart,
kind of
man.
you know,
Well,
you know,
appearing in the finals.
I guess time kind of repeats itself in a way, but I'll take it. You feel me? Like I had a whole Knicks outfit when I was a kid. Had everything. You couldn't tell me nothing about the Knicks. And over time, we just got so lousy. It's like I had to outsource myself for a little while. Like I cannot. I can't. I couldn't watch that. It was painful to watch. But now they put something together with Brunson leading the team. It's like
Yes, sir.
you're looking at a good team nucleus and how they're moving the ball. They give themselves a chance against anybody. The finals will not be easy, but this is big for New York. You're gonna see New York City on fire because the Knicks are back in the finals, man.
Yo, man,
Like
I'm
like
telling
the
you.
New York is gonna be it's on fire right now because the Knicks are back in the finals. And this is what it means. It's big for New York, man. It's not just New York City, it's the whole state. The whole state watches the Knicks. You know what I mean? So
Yo,
shout
that's
out to Patrick Ewing. Shout out to all the legends, that I grew up watching in New York in the Garden. That's one place everybody aspires to go. Even in the Rush Hour movie, you hear Jackie Chan say, "I always wanted to go to Madison Square Garden." You understand? So that I've always wanted to go to Madison Square Garden. I went to see them against the Raptors when I was like 6 years old, maybe. But
yo,
it's just legendary, man. Like it's the
yo,
Knicks,
that's
it's the
Yo,
Garden.
Let's not
That's a
It's
great.
just
forget.
that.
Let's not forget another thing, another credit we got to give, man. I know I'm gonna let you go solo, but man, Mike Brown. Shout out to Mike Brown, bro.
Yes,
You know
sir.
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He did
class
what he
act.
had to do. He started rough. There's a lot of questioning about whether he was capable of getting this job done or whatnot. The job is not done yet, but making it to the finals is a big step. What does
Yeah,
this
that's good
mean for the
enough.
franchise? May put the franchise in a position again. We know New York Knicks is always being valued based on what my man Solar here always say every year with the Mecca of basketball. But now you could definitely stand by that name because they're in the finals. Go
True
ahead. So
Mecca,
Yeah.
I just
man.
want to get that out there.
Yeah. You're right. Mike Brown deserves a lot of credit. I remember when he was hired, a lot of fans were kind of skeptical about the only success would be getting past the Eastern Conference Championship game. You know what I mean? Because that's what Thibodeau got us. People forget this guy. Remember 2007? He did coach. He coached LeBron in the Eastern in the NBA championship game, right? They got beat.
Yeah,
You guys are
right.
the San Antonio Spurs, right?
Right. This man has experience. He coached under I think Popovich too in San Antonio. This man
Mhm.
he coached LeBron. I think he was with the Lakers too, right? He was in. I mean, this man has been everywhere. He even coached the Nigerian basketball team and took them to the Olympics.
Crazy,
Yeah.
crazy.
So this man's history is diverse. So he's been through a whole lot. He knows how to win. And I always root for African American head coaches, because a lot of times
Correct.
they don't get the respect that they deserve.
Especially in a big state like New York, bro. So let's give
Exactly.
him a round of applause, boy. Let's go, Mike
Mike,
Brown.
let's go, Mike Brown.
Oh, yo, yo,
Yeah,
yo. And one thing I wanted to mention about him, every time he's talking to the press conference, every after game, he's always giving credit to his assistants. He
Mhm.
always says, I'm not doing this by myself. He always says the offensive coordinator or defensive coach, I'm proud of them for putting players in position to be successful. And, and we like Thibodeau. When he was in New York, he brought us back to being relevant. But he reached his ceiling. He was overplaying some star players, and we were tired. So we needed that change. So when Mike Brown came over, he brought a few changes, and he made a few changes to the offense. We've seen how the offense has been flowing since they lost those two games in Atlanta. Everything has changed. Yes, both
yep,
towns sometimes as a point, and what like that's I know most earlier asked me about does matchups really matter when the team is this good, when the team is so dynamic in different areas. I don't think matchups don't matter because they can play however you want to play. They can play slow. They can play fast. If you watch this game earlier, we saw Cleveland go to a zone defense hoping to slow them down. That didn't work. They just
uh,
found a way of getting the ball in the middle of that zone, and we have some of the best mid-range shooters like Michael Bridges, even OG, Brownson. I mean, I just don't know, man. I don't know what to say. Yo, Mike Brown gonna be another hero in New York if the New York can finish the job, man.
Why not, man?
for
They're in
sure.
it. And I think
Yeah,
they got the players to do so, like you mentioned earlier. No matter what happened with the San Antonio Spurs and OKC series,
Right,
they got to be injuries. They're going to be tired.
right.
They're going to be fatigued. One thing I respect about this New York Knicks team, I got to give credit where credit is due. I'm praising the New York Knicks team. They were fresh and they wasn't rusty. They come out here knowing that, yes, we took advantage of the opportunities of sweeping these teams and we showing up and beat this team that we are supposed to be. Like you mentioned, they are a better team. I think they're a better team than the 76ers. They're a better team than the Cleveland, but they show that. You have to go down and still show it. So, Queens, man, what is your final take on this before I get to the San Antonio Spurs and the OKC? What is your final take on your New York Knicks team? I know you
they
already said most of everything there,
yeah,
so go
they
ahead.
they're playing. I mean, a lot of people were waiting to see if they could. Earlier in the season, I was hearing Carmelo Anthony talk about the team, and I heard him say, "We don't need to go for nobody right now. We just need to see if this team could get us there." And I believe the team could get us there, so we just need to let the team play and let them work out the kinks. And that's exactly what happened here. You know what I mean? The guys came up, and they came up at the right time. Everybody, like I'm watching them how they're moving the ball. They're an unselfish team. So,
Right.
and that nucleus from college, the guys that have played in college, it transcends right to right now, as in they're playing in a kind of emotion that is giving them confidence every game they play. That's what it looks like here. And when they get the chance to break away, they just break away. There's like Harden and Mitchell, and these guys are non-existent. And it's because Cleveland tried to make something too late. They tried to put it together too late, and getting in Harden in the middle of the season. I mean, that cannot work for you right away. You understand? And they just proved that they're just gonna outpace you, outwork you. Use their bench. The bench, because Shamit is coming off the bench hitting
Yo,
shots. You know what I mean? So
Shema
you
don't
know,
miss. He don't miss 3-pointers.
yeah, like that was very, very good to see. So yeah. So again, they just worked the kinks out, and the team got them to exactly where they wanted to be. They don't need to go get Giannis, and that was what Melo was saying. Well, maybe we need to go get Giannis. No, leave that out for right now. Let's see what this team could do for us right now. You understand? So
Yeah,
that's the
but
good
we
thing.
guys are forgetting about another important piece. I know we were supposed to move on, but you guys are forgetting another important piece. OG for me is
Yeah, Ananobi. Yeah.
yes.
But that
No,
Which is
Solo, you gotta talk about OG, bro. I know you want me to apologize to Bridget, but man, OG being
yo,
that
yo,
I think
yo.
is the most important player right now. I'm not saying he's the best
Absolutely.
player, but he's the most important player due to what he's bring
Actually,
to the team. Talk to me.
he was the best player. You can say that he was the best player throughout the playoffs before he got hurt with that injury, right? And then when he came back the past couple games, it takes him a couple games to get back into shape. Today we saw that he's back to being OG. He's
yeah,
back to be OG, and that's a problem. I don't care for who, San Antonio or OKC. When OG is being OG, the Knicks gonna be tough. When Michael Bridges hitting his shots, the Knicks gonna be tough.
Yeah.
Yo, OG is the best player. You know why he's the best player? Because he, the same effort he puts on defense is the same effort he puts on
so
offense.
Mhm.
Bronson is great on offense and running the show, but he's not gonna give you the same kind of energy on defense. That's not his thing. But OG is probably one of the best two-way players in the NBA right now. He just made second team or defensive team, right? And he wasn't happy with that. He felt he
Right.
should have won. He should be on the first team, but it doesn't matter because you know what? He has his eyes on the bigger prize, and that's the championship, and that's what he cares about.
correct.
Yo, but yeah, you're right. OG is the most important player. I can say he's the dark horse in this run for the Knicks to win the championship. I think if
Hmm.
OG stays healthy, I don't care who we play, San Antonio or Oklahoma, I think the Knicks have a pretty good chance of winning.
I'm gonna say this here right now, man. And last sport, man, with all you New York Knicks fans here, I don't see it. I don't see any other team beating the New York Knicks right now because they're gonna have 9 days rest, like you mentioned. For for the Spurs games go and the Oklahoma game go to Game 7, they're gonna have 9 days rest. And right now, the way I see the New York Knicks team, the only team that could beat the New York Knicks is the New York Knicks because they got everything that you need.
Correct.
And this is not me hyping you guys up solo. I know we disagree a lot, but today I gotta take my
Thank you,
hat
man.
off to your New York Knicks team. So
Yup.
congratulations to you guys. So
Thank you.
congratulations to both of you guys.
I have a
Yo,
question though. I don't I
yeah,
don't know if you guys know. If we play San Antonio, they still get home field advantage. They had a better record than us, right? Did they?
I think so, right?
believe so.
Okay,
I
so
think
so both
did
of those
OKC
teams
have the
was
best record though?
Yeah.
OKC had,
The
right?
San
But
Antonio,
Yeah,
yeah, the
yeah,
San Antonio is 2 games behind OKC at the
okay,
yeah.
so
They
yeah.
so
signed the
so it
best
doesn't
record.
matter
So
who we're gonna start on the road, right? It doesn't matter.
correct. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be a bar fight either way. You
Right.
So
understand? But
speaking about San Antonio and OKC Thunders, man, they are tied at 2-2. The series is going back to OKC. The last game, Game 4, San Antonio Wimby shows and destroy. Don't forget about my boy Castle. They show up and beat the at home after they getting blown out 15 points lead in the Game 3, Game 4. They show up and blow out OKC. What do you guys think this series? Who's gonna pull this up? And
Man.
who do you guys prefer to face? I want to see revenge. I want to see the New York Knicks against the San Antonio Spurs. I want to see Mike Brown versus the San Antonio Spurs. Because the last time he took a team as a head coach to the finals, he lost against the same team. The
Right.
last time the New York Knicks went to the finals, they lost against the San Antonio Spurs. What you guys think?
See, I was thinking before the playoffs started, I was thinking if we played San Antonio is better for the Knicks. And the reason being, we played them 3 times, I think, in the regular season, including in the NBA Cup finals, and we beat them, right? So we had a better record against San Antonio. But every time we played OKC, we lost. And I do understand that the Knicks at that point were a different team. They have changed a lot since then. At first, I would have said, maybe I'm rooting for San Antonio. Right now, I don't care, man. San Antonio, Casey, bring it on, man. Whoever gets out of like you said, that series is gonna go deep, at least 7. So, and like I said, and I'm not rooting for this, but there's a good chance we're gonna see a few more injuries. So that series is very physical. Gonna see a few injuries and less rest, and the Knicks have 9 days of rest, like we said. There's no certain team I prefer. I don't care if you OKC or San Antonio. I'm ready for whoever is there. I'm ready. Bring it on.
So you don't care who won. So,
I
but
don't care
who do
who
you
wins.
think is gonna win the series though? If you had to pick a team,
I think OKC only because Game 7 will be in Oklahoma. I think it's going that far. But we've seen both teams win on the road. And what do they say? The playoff series don't start until the home team loses or the road team gets a win. And they both have done it. And it's so hard to predict this game. I felt like yesterday San Antonio, they were just happy to win one game in OKC. They were just happy to win one game in San Antonio because now they got back their home court advantage. Now they're hoping they go back home in Oklahoma tomorrow and win Game 5.
most win game, yeah.
You're right, but I think this is going all the way to Game 7. I think what will happen is I think OKC gonna win tomorrow, and then 2 days later, San Antonio gonna win at home, and then Game 7 back in OKC, and I think OKC gonna win.
Queens, talk to me.
Yeah,
What do you think?
I think OKC, the last game that they beat the Spurs, they found some ways to, that they could go back on, even if they were to lose the game that they tied it up. They just play so powerful in front of their own fans too. So, again, I think they have the championship DNA. So if they lose, it'll be them more so beating themselves than San Antonio beating them. But of course, Wembanyama will have. It
Right.
all depends on the atmosphere of what Wembanyama brings. If he's gonna bring a 19-point game with 14 rebounds, or is he gonna explode for 38 points? And it depends on what energy San Antonio plays with. So, but I believe I still have OKC winning that series unless Wembanyama. He would be the X. He's the X factor in
Right.
this series.
Right. I mean,
you know.
you're right. I wouldn't be shocked if San Antonio actually won this series.
Yeah,
I mean, they have the
they
best
can
player in the world right now.
they can pull it off, all depending on how that alien decides to play.
Yeah.
And because he feeds off his team's energy. If his team is ready to go in that, he's gonna just keep going.
Fact.
So I don't know what you think, Musa. I don't know what you after watching this.
I think
this
after
team,
watching Game 4,
right?
after watching,
Which team do you think is the best matchup for the Knicks?
well, let me get to this. Let me after watching Game 4, if the referees let them play the way they let them play Game 4, I think San Antonio is gonna win this series. There's no flopping, there's no extra call. I know it was San Antonio, it was home field advantage matters. I don't want to see freaking 17 a guy going to the free
Fouls.
throw line 17 times. That's kind of
Yeah.
that's gonna take away from the game, especially with a young team like San Antonio. I feel like that's always affected them when they keep calling the fouls because they stop the momentum of the game and everything going to OKC way. And that's what OKC look for. And we all know this. We all talk about this all season. Coaches, players, everybody complains about officials all season against OKC. So if in Game 5, if they let them play a good Western Conference Finals without calling all these extra calls that you normally do, I think San Antonio got a chance. But I do believe that if the New York Knicks face the San Antonio Spurs, maybe like you mentioned, we got to go back to what we already weakness. So Knicks did beat San Antonio a couple more times in the regular season than the OKC. Now, in the other end, OKC is not healthy. J-Dub still hurt.
Right.
There's few injuries going, but healthy OKC is a dangerous OKC. So I don't want me, but either way, I feel like I was saying earlier, only the Knicks could beat the Knicks at this point because they got all the momentum. They got the rest, and they haven't shown any weakness. Now, they play against the 76ers, and they play against the Cleveland, who got James Harden as a player on the team. They're not going to face a guy like James Harden, and none of these teams they're going to face from the West. James Harden, I said this plenty of times. No, Solo, now, do you believe me what I say about James Harden? I was going to save this for last. James Harden is he's a wonderful, a talented poster boy that you could just see it on the screen, be like, oh my God, look at the move that he make. But you can't win shit with this guy, bro. You can't depend on the guy to save your money in the bank. If he was a bank, do you know back in this when you play FIFA game was like they tell a goalkeeper if the goalkeeper was a bank, your money will be safe.
But you know what?
I'm gonna be nice because we are not gonna focus on the loser tonight. I'm gonna be nice.
I kind of blame Donovan Mitchell a little bit You know what? Since James Harden got there, he doesn't take over games. You know what I mean? He let Harden. Things are really going bad. I think it's up to Mitchell to demand the ball and be in charge. Because I've seen a lot of times he'll get the ball and give it back to James Harden. Come on.
Yeah.
And then we have the head coach lying to us, telling us James Harden is one of his best defenders. Really? Are you serious?
That was like a coaching tactic to try to turn.
You gotta
something.
fire that coach, man. That coach needs to go, man. What's his name again? Solo Atkin.
Atkinson, whatever his name is.
Man, that boy gotta go. He's not a real coach, man.
Dude, I don't think either.
My goodness.
James Harden's name, best defender, has been used for his name ever. Come on, man. He got quick hands, and he got every time Bronson had the ball and he saw James in front of him. You know what he did? Yeah. I just went past him.
That was the team. That's the team message. That's the team.
Since 2012, I've been saying this to everybody. James Harden can't guard nobody. Remember in the finals with Kevin Durant, Westbrook, James Harden comes in. We see Miami Heat just going to pick and roll.
He was
with James Harden. If he
was a sixth man though.
Yeah,
he wasn't starting there.
Yes, but he was coming off the bench. The minute he comes off the bench, Miami Heat just got this advantage over it. And I say this to a lot of people. Oh, he's still young, bro. If you that young, you're not willing to be dirty and play hard as you can.
And play good defense,
When else you think you're gonna do that? You remember how yes, we didn't play pro league, but bro, like when we go out there, we try to make name ourselves way on defense first, because we know without you know what I mean? Especially for guys like us as a defenders. You could see it. You could see this happening. James Harden has never been a defender, Solo. You're 100% right. There's nothing about his name that starts with a D. I can't stand James Harden as a player, bro. Like, I understand everybody want to focus on the fancy. He know how to score. Don't get me wrong. He's a great scorer. He's
one of the greatest players in the history of the game.
In the history of the game, man. Same thing I said about my Lakers with Luka, with Austin Reeves. They could score the basket, but dude, you have to learn at least. You don't have to be the best defender on the court, but at least be feisty with it. Be aggressive. AI was not the best defender, but he tried. Steph Curry is not the best defenders, but they try. James Harden won no part of this shit, man. The Houston Rockets would have won an NBA Finals if James Harden would have just did a little extra on defense. Hey, come on, the guy.
You know what it is for the players that are really good offensively, but they don't play any defense, as long as they're giving you 40 points, 50 points, nobody will complain.
Yep.
Yes, you're not helping us on defense, but you're helping us on offense by being extra special. At this point in his career, he's not giving you 30 points or 40 points. You like to get 20 points. So as a result, we can see all the deficiencies on his defense. It's more in the open now because it's not giving them anything on offense. So as a result, now we're seeing how exposed he is. Like, I don't care if you play zone defense, if you play man defense, any kind of defense. He can't play. He can't play that defense. There's no way.
He choose not to, bro. There's a difference between he choose not to because he feel like he doesn't have to do that. Remember,
he's not fast enough.
Rest in peace to the GOAT. Kobe Bryant once said this type of style will not work. It will not work. You know what I mean? You see Jordan, he's also known for play defense. Kobe, LeBron, all these guys that really want to win. You got to find a way to think about winning the game. It's not about your pretty games or something like even the time when you need James Harden to drop numbers, that's when he become passive.
Yeah.
Like his mindset is just not there. Who am I to say that? That's a lot of people going to say, man, especially James Harden fans out there. You just hating on the guy, blah, blah, blah. No, I don't want no part of James Harden in my team. When it matters the most, he's not going to show up.
I blame Atkinson, the coach, too. Remember,
I agree.
Remember, James Harden, 15 years ago, in his best prime, during that time, you won't let him guard Bronson by himself. Now, 15 years later, you think he will? Of course he won't. So I don't know why they thought he can guard any top point guard one-on-one. That's not happening. And
sorry, go ahead.
I wanted to give credit to the Knicks for. I know we're talking about San Antonio, but just going back to James Harden, winning Game 4. They always say it's the hardest thing because the other team is desperate. Look at the Knicks. All the Game 4s they've won by 30, 40 points, 50 points.
Blowing them out.
Which is, I don't understand. We're talking about professionals making hundreds of millions of dollars. You telling me you can't run on defense? James Harden making, I don't know, whatever he makes, $60 million a year, whatever he makes. You can't even try to run on offense, on defense once you lose the ball. To me, that just, and I don't know what Cleveland going to do in the offseason, but they're going to have to get rid of the coach.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're going to do with James Harden, but they need better players. They need somebody to motivate the players to want it more. Like the Knicks wanted more. Cleveland, they never wanted more. Even when they never played with no sense of agency. Like you lose, you're going home. They don't even care. They just walking slowly and not even running. And James Harden is one of the leaders of that team. He never set any good example for any of the role players to follow. So I think the bench players are gonna do the same thing. They're just walking, jogging. Like I was telling you earlier, every time they score a basket, they don't go back on defense. We saw Towns throw a long pass to Michael Bridges or OG, and they just dunked the ball. So they score one, we score 3 points. You can't get back to the game like that, man. James Harden is just so lazy and he's old.
Yeah.
Quez,
And
give me your final take, man. Let's close
just
this out, man. Congratulations, brothers.
Yeah, baby,
Thank
you already know. Knickerbockers, baby. Just to echo off of Solo, I think James Harden, and you've seen him play for all these great teams, and he had an era where he was just going crazy. And he brought the
The regular
step back.
season, yeah.
Yeah, he brought the step back where everybody was started to kind of do his kind of move, step back. And is it a travel? It's not a travel, you know.
It was a
And
trouble.
he kind of, you know, if some people say it is a travel, you know, to me it is. Some people think that whatever, but that era right there that we saw James Harden in, I think he kind of still tries to live off of that era and say, well, I'm James Harden. I don't really have to put so much effort in because on the offensive side, I'm still going to be able to produce.
Right,
But
he's not.
now it's like you don't see the energy. You're not even putting the energy that people are looking for into the team. So the team is just working off of that, bro. And it's like, it's kind of sad to watch Cleveland. Like, y'all really went and got James Harden for this? For a sweep? For a sweep? So, you know, whoever comes out that West, man, just know that the Knicks have to put up a fight now. You know, I've watched too much of the Knicks suffering for them not to go put up a fight in this final. So I'm saying Knicks
They
and 6,
will,
baby.
man.
Knicks
I
and
can guarantee
6,
that.
baby. Knicks and 6.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the York Knicks got, bro, you guys impressed me, man. And Bronson, Towns, don't forget about Towns, man. I think he changed his game around.
Even Robinson, man.
He's doing his
Even
thing. Everybody's
Chapman.
doing his thing. That's well coaching, man. That's
Everybody,
culture all
man.
day. So congratulations, my
another
New York
thing.
Knicks fans.
Mikal Bridges, how much games has he played in a row? And then now he's
leads.
scoring is so efficient.
He
This
leads.
is what they brought him here for, though. He's supposed to be doing this. Like this guy earlier gonna tell me, Solo gonna tell me that I should apologize because I criticize him. I criticize him because we seen what he did in Phoenix. I criticize him when he finished training with the Brooklyn Nets. He was dropping 30 points like 6, 7 games in a row. He could score the basket.
He can score the basket.
This man has never missed a game in his life.
That's crazy, man.
You gotta give him credit for that.
Yeah, and he's
I
now
give him a credit because I criticize the guy because I know he capable of doing it, but we all know he disappeared.
Because
Yeah, you know what I mean? That, it is. But now you in the finals and you about to go against a tougher opinion, my opinion. They about to go against a tougher competition,
So
which
let's
is
see
gonna,
what he can do.
let's see what's gonna happen.
I give the Knicks a 50% chance, man. 50-50.
Why not? If
They
you
have a
in
chance.
it, if you in it, it's
Knicks and
50-50
6,
chance.
baby.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Knicks and
congratulations
6.
to you guys, man. Yo, Quincy, congratulations
go.
twice to your Arsenal Football Club winning the Premier League title after 22 years drought. Congratulations
week.
for that. It's a good week for
great
you.
week,
And
baby.
another game on Saturday, man. Maybe we all should get together and watch the finals, the Champions League finals, man.
Why
Where
not?
dream come true, where teams fall. We all know what happened back in 06. It
Night
might
of
happen
dreams,
again
baby.
on Saturday.
Night of dreams. Night of
Yeah,
dreams.
man,
Hey.
we
It's a
should.
night of dreams, baby. Don't worry.
Well, all right, guys, man. Thank you guys for being here, man. Thanks for watching
Yes,
Bala
sir.
Sport, man.
Like,
Please
share, and
subscribe, press the like button. Appreciate you guys, brothers.